Good afternoon, YTPC. Alistair here, joining you from the greenhouse again. It's actually a lovely day. It's well, it's about 8-9 degrees outside, which is pretty mild, but the wind chill factor is still trying to bring it down to 0, hovering around there. And as it's 16 degrees in here, I'll take the greenhouse, thank you very much. A bit of blue sky around, but there are some showers as well. So I'm in here for my morning coffee and pipe. And I thought I couldn't sit in here and have a pipe without wishing you all a happy International Pipe Smoking Day. Who'd have thought they'd give us our own day, huh? For our filthy little habit. Housekeeping. Nothing adventurous, I'm afraid. Just some good old early morning pipe, which I'm sorry you can't go wrong with. And I'm smoking it in my Peterson 303, hope that's coming out. 303 system spigot. Love this pipe. It's one of my earlier pipes. Smokes really nicely. I do like the system pipes, they smoke really good. But I also like a spigot. It's brilliant for if you're going out for a walk, a lunch or something. It's easy to unpack, keep in your pocket, and then if you want to repack for a second bowl, you don't have to worry about the pipe cooling down or anything, so it's super easy to pack a second one. So definitely a favourite of mine. That sun's trying to come out. Talking of pipes, there may or may not be a couple of estate pipes on the way. Spent a bit of time this week online looking at pipes, like I think we all probably do. Pipes that we probably shouldn't be buying. And adding to our already oversized collections. Although I think what am I on, 12, 13 pipes, so I think I'm pretty modest with the pipe collection. Although some would argue it's enough. My wife. So yeah, I think the beauty with estate pipes is you can find something a bit different or a bit unusual. And in this case, some discontinued pipes. I enjoy all of my pipes, and they're all pretty much all, as well, with the exception of a couple, they're all Petersons. No surprises. But they're all new pipes. They're all modern production, off the shelf, available, readily available. Well, there's a couple of limited editions, which you possibly can't get now, but generally speaking, they're all available, currently available. So I thought it would be quite nice to have something that was a bit different. Some older, discontinued, not readily available pipes that would be nice to add to the collection. So I'm looking forward to those arriving. Allegedly. Talking of pipes, again, I noticed that Captain Burley Slice had put a couple of videos up recently mentioning that he'd worked with Morgan Bones to produce a YTPC 2026 pipe. I know Mark from Leaf and Briar, you like your Captain Morgans, don't you? So I confess I did jump online and have a look at those. It was a bent apple. Well, the first pipe they did, they've all sold out now, so they brought in a second one. It was a bent apple, and I do like a bent apple. And I think it came up at 46 euros, which I thought was very reasonable. So I stuck one of those in the basket, went to check out, but they wanted 50 euros for shipping. Which I'm sorry, I think that's way too much. What's a pipe? 50, 60 grams, packaging, 150 grams max maybe. 50 euros to ship that. I sent a package to the US the other day That was 2.5 kg. It was a box, a decent sized box, 2.5 kg, and that cost me 53 euros, which is understandable because it was 2.5 kg, but 50 euros for a pipe. Yeah. So I promptly took that out of the basket. Never mind, can't have more, can you? I had a friend of mine send me, a friend from Canada who I met through the YTPC actually, really nice bloke, sent me a couple of scanned old Peterson leaflets, just talking about the construction and the history and the different shapes. That was really nice to read, really interesting. I do enjoy, it's not just the art of smoking a pipe and enjoying the tobacco for me. I do like the history behind it all. I find it quite interesting, fascinating in fact. So that was lovely to read. And I also came across a really good video actually. I'll put a link in the description below. Came across a great video. I had no idea. Well, it was interesting for me because I'm living in Ireland. But it mentioned that tobacco was first introduced and grown in Ireland back in, what was it, in the 1500s I think. Sir Walter Raleigh actually brought tobacco here and tried to grow it down in Cork on his estate. But more interesting than that was back just over 100 years ago, 1919, Ireland had a 750-acre tobacco plantation, which is huge. And for a short time it became quite an industry for Ireland. Until unfortunately our lovely government back in the day came across it, came onto their radar, and they started taxing it. And it didn't last very long, unfortunately. They shut down. And they're still trying to tax us out of smoking tobacco today, aren't they? Ridiculous prices here in Ireland, and just no availability. It's rubbish. Really, it's hard to get tobacco here, despite having free trade throughout the EU. Anyway, not going to get into politics, but I found that really interesting. Also talked about an old tobacco shop that's still trading today. I think it was established in I might have this wrong, 1847. I'll put up on the screen if I got it wrong, but 1887 I think it was. Cahill's and Sons in Limerick. And they're actually still trading today. Tobacco, snuff, things like that. Apologies for the noise, a tractor's about to come past, so you might hear that. But yeah, really interesting video, so I encourage you to take a look. A little bit of knowledge on International Pipe Smoking Day. There it goes. So yeah, that's it I think. I need to finish this pipe and coffee, get the dog out for a walk. So I won't take up any more of your time. Hopefully you've been enjoying a good bowl with me. I think there might be a couple of extras today. Why not? It's Friday night, might even have a glass of whiskey or two. That is a good idea. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and wherever you are, thanks very much and take care.